Be a part of your YouTube journey.
Hello. Very good afternoon to all. We're just about to start. We are awaiting Dr. Sunita Mishra's presence. She's just on her way. So kindly bear with us. So another probably 5 minutes we can start. Thank you.
Right now, I'm not very active. I have an account.
Work as joint secretary in the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council, New Delhi. Currently, she has now moved to her own city, Chandigarh, and has taken up a new role as Additional Chief Secretary. Congratulations, ma'am. She's also the founder chairperson of the Chandigarh Literary Society and the festival director of Literati, the Chandigarh Lit Fest since 2013. A literary enthusiast, reclaimed poet, and has published 4 books of poems. A fourth book is a collection of English poetry, Petrichor. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, ma'am, or Petrichor. Petrichor. So there it goes. I Googled and it said Petrichor, but I thought maybe it's a Hindi thing. So it's Petrichor, meaning a collection of poems, Vakt Ke Ujale Mein, which received the Chandigarh Sahitya Academy Award as the best work in Hindi poetry in 2016-17. And not only this, she always lights the lit fest with her beautiful eyes. Thank you, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time. I also welcome Mrs. Lippy Parida. Madam Parida also holds a world record in creating the fastest musical painting. She's the winner of the National Award Make in India for excellence in the creative field. She played the flute at the world's largest cultural festival held in New Delhi in 2016, in which 156 countries of the world participated. She's not only known for her beautiful paintings, she's also a philanthropist as she displays a lot of paintings for charity work, and we also know her for her warmth as a human being. And I must not forget, I must welcome Mr. Vivek Atri. We all know him very well, isn't that, sir? Sir is not proud. We all know him very well. He's the heartthrob of the youth. He's not only a motivational speaker and author, mentor, advisor, columnist, and visiting professor. He has 8 TED Talks and 3 highly popular Josh Talks himself. Now, as we all know that we are here for the launch of the book, I Can, I Shall Win, written by Colonel P.S. Chima. Congratulations, sir. A little louder would be nice, sir. Colonel V. Chima has served Indian Army with distinction for 31 years before seeking premature retirement to pursue his passion in education and training. He was the principal of prestigious Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. He's principal of prestigious Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Dayani College of Communication and Management. Sorry, I'm going a little fast because the media people really pressurize me. You will जल्दी introduction करना और फिर book launch करें. And the director of Department of Professional Studies, DAV College, Chennai. Colonel Chima has authored 15 books on various subjects. That counts for a good many. He is a prolific writer and has written extensively on issues related with education, defense, aging, and self-management. His passion for writing grew more since 2019 because, according to him, books are good company in sad and happy times. But books are people, people who have managed to stay alive by hiding behind the covers of a book. Thank you, sir, for bringing us all together during this time. I would now like to invite on stage Dr. Smita Mishra, Mrs. Niti Patita, Mr. Vivek Arke, and Colonel V.S. Chima for launching the book. Mr. Vaibhav Mehndi, can we have you on stage? He's the publisher of the book, I Can, I Shall Win. Unwrapping is gets too much high, whether it's a book or a gift.
वो भी बुक खोलो थोड़ा सा
Now I think we're all excited to hear more about the book. So I now invite on stage Mr. Vivek Arve and Colonel B.S. Chima to report the suspense about the book, I Can, I Shall Live.
Congratulations, Kunti. Thank you so much, Lekhi. Coming from you, it was a great thing. And you have already reached by earlier books. I remember in 2002, all of the books were released by you and Dr. Pathak, then Vice Chancellor of Punjab University. And then Lekhi was there. Then Mr. Kamaldeep Singh, who was the Mr. He was there. He got the books and he was there. Very kind of you to accept this festival here. Thank you.
Thank you. And 2000 was such a long time ago. I mean, I don't even remember how I looked up and saw what your book was about. Was it at the DAV college? That's really good. So, well, why don't you talk first and just introduce your book and then we'll get into a conversation. Really good.
See, the idea of this book came to me when in 2019, 20, August 12th, as we all know, is celebrated as the International Youth Day. That time, and J.P. Parida contacted me and said that the Asian Literary Society, they are having a program about youth, and two of us will be conversing about the youth and youth problems and things like that. That is the time when my book was in the office. I was writing it and it ended up in the life today. So I thought, why not just do that? And I remember that I had at that time said that 65% of the population of India, that is 88 crores, which is more than the population of entire Europe, is the youth potential which is with us. Unfortunately, what happens is most of us, especially the seniors like me, tend to call them useless and careless. In fact, they are used less, they are cared less. And it is our mistake, our system mistake. Now, they are the trustees of prosperity. And if India is really to become a great nation, I recall Kumar Maharashtra BJP used to tell on TV how India can become growing, from developing nation, how it can become a developed nation. Now, keeping that in mind, it is very important that the quality of the youth of India is the fact that we have a great set. But this is also a fact that due to any number of reasons, education system may be one of them, our cultural value system is at zero rated, maybe the other reason, and so many other things. But because of that, the quality of the youth is not what we would like to have. That is why most of the people who win laurels and do wonder whether it is Satya Nadella, it is Sundar Pichai, or it is Narendra Singh Kapani, or Arvind Khurana, or even Chandrasekhar won his Nobel Prize in America. I just recall one thing which I know about Arvind Khurana. He was seeking a lecturer job in Punjab University. Unfortunately, he was pushed and somebody with some sifarish was given that job. Punjab University, when he got the Nobel Prize, invited him to honor him. And there on stage, you know what he said? He said, I have come to thank the man who did not let me get the job. He said, had I got the job, I would have got my Nobel Prize. So the introspection as a nation, it is a fact that, the USA has benefited the maximum from our IIT train. IIT train, which we call USA has got moved around the world, India. And the other day, Joe Biden was also saying that the Indians are taking over USA. That means that there is something wrong somewhere that our youth are not able to realize their full potential. This is an effort, humble effort for me. I have been a teacher through during my service in Army. We had one military college of electronics and mechanical engineering where I served as a captain, major, lieutenant colonel, till I took leave to retirement. After that, I have been teaching in Punjab University here and there. And as a teacher, I have come across various cross sections and various age groups of students and part of different organizations. I have realized certain life skills which are so essential for the youth, especially, they lack. We have made a lot of stress on the harder functional skills, and the results are to be seen. The world knows because of our software export and our ISRO and our engineer, you go to USA or any other country, and you see 50-60% of the doctors, engineers, everyone Indian. Okay, so we done wonders as far as the hard functional skills are. But unfortunately, something which is very important, it is seen generally it is a common observation that something which is more important or most important gets neglected and relegated. Right? As a nation, we have relegated the soft skills or the life skill teaching to the youth. So it was an effort that I wanted to bring out certain issues to that.
Thank you for the introduction. Now, there are so many people who go through life with experiences, with insights, with pains and pressures, with ups and downs, with successes and failures, but very few people actually get down to writing books on what makes for success and what really. How come 15 books have come out of your pen or your typewriter or your keyboard? How did you manage to write so many books? And what is it that urges you to go on writing, bringing out these books, churning them out? I know that the satisfaction that comes from writing is probably greater than the satisfaction with most things. But you don't know how many of the youth are actually going to read this. Yet there are so many things which obviously urge you to write. What is it that urges you to be?
And you know, braver, more hard work and all. But I was fond of writing, and I used to write for army back. He's not there. I sent him in. He published it. And next day, before publishing, he called me up and he said, Kalsa, and he got it. He has given the use of book and education institute in particular government. One of my faculty, so he gave me a fortnightly column management thoughts because I was a management teacher and I kept writing about that. And that is how I started learning. I like it. Started one day, that is all.
We had discussed pattern and flow and some topics that we discussed, but if you permit, I'm going to go off that track. We're not going to follow that, but we'll definitely bring out the best in whatever we can. So, you talk about winning. Shiv Khera says you can win. Jack Welch writes about winning and success, victory. What does it mean to you? What does it really mean? And there are four skills that I mentioned. Primarily, just run through those as well.
You see, success, I think the best definition is given by Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a man who at the age of 30, he was thrown out of his own enterprise, which he created. And after 10 years, he came back with a bag and even today, Apple is the richest cash cow of the world. The point is that success is when you find what you love. If you write a good article, the poet writes a good poem, a painter makes a beautiful canvas. Whatever you do. I recall when I was at DN college, there was a gentleman, professor of English. He used to write Punjabi poetry. He has published a book also. And I would go to the office at 9 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock sharp, he would come to my office and he would say, "Sir, kal aa likha hai. Dekho." 9 o'clock is the time when you got so many things to handle. And he would come and say, "Adi, now part this stuff." Great. He would, I mean, the kind of joy and happiness and satisfaction that you get by writing something, a beautiful couplet, a good poem, a good painting. I'm sure man who's a writer and he is also a writer and a poet. You get many writers who get all that happiness and pleasure. So success to my mind really is when you find what you love. I give you a classic example. I have a friend, Mr. Singla. His son, a medication from in USA. And in USA, what the doctor done. That man at the age of 46 with a flourishing practice, left medicine practice. And you know what he started doing? He has plant nursery along with a friend from USA. They started a plant nursery, only 1 year. And he's doing wonders using that. So if you do what you really like and love, I think there is nothing better than that.
I totally agree. If something makes your heart sing, something, makes you that extra peppy, zippy, like you say, someone came at 9 a.m. every day and showed you his poem. So, something happens to us when we get into a zone where we love what we're doing, where we are sitting maybe with nature, maybe some music that has suddenly been played, which you love from various years. A beautiful lady walks into the room. Something happens to people with various stimuli. Your heart starts, coming into play. It's not a routine life. That's what I feel. So if you bring in some magic into your life in some way, that is success. That is victory. So and also some of them may not know my book is called Finding Success Within. So I don't you don't need to say it's your judgment. The point is that we probably think alike. Most of these thoughts that you have, and we didn't copy from each other, let me tell you. He's obviously struck a chord with the youth. He knows what the success factors are and exactly what should be said. Now, you're talking about fearless self confidence, for example. So, I too talk about being quietly confident, calmly confident, not brashly confident, right? Out there in somebody's face. But this fearless self confidence, why don't you elaborate? And why don't you try and send a message through this podium, through the media? What is fearless self confidence? How can you succeed with that?
Uh, Directly before that, if I may mention about the four most important life skills which you asked me last question. You see, according to me, the first and the most important life skill which anyone needs, especially the youth, that is the courage. Courage. Do not be only the physical courage, which of course in army we quite have that. But I am talking about the moral courage. Moral courage, I always say that if you can't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. You have the moral courage to stand up to something what you find. That courage. And if you develop that courage, that quality, you can expand or shrink your life proportionally to the courage you have. This is my feeling, and I have seen it or observed it and experienced it also. That if you have the courage, you can spend your life as much as you want. And perhaps it will be shrunk also if you do not have it. That is first quality which I feel is very, very powerful and important. The second quality is discipline. Nothing happens in this world without. Don't we all know what is being talked about? Most of us will say that what is new with this? I know all this. You know what is new is I am telling you way that how to fill the knowing and doing gap. Unfortunately, everyone knows that getting up 5 in the morning, exercising for 1 hour, and then meditation, and then not drinking and not smoking, and all that is very well known. I mean, nobody needs to learn it from anybody. But how do you fill that gap? I know it is a gap, it is wrong, but I still do that. So that discipline, one weekday jagdi, Lucas is one weekday jagdi. The third quality is, of course, the integrity. Integrity, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, it is such an august gathering, and you all mature and you understand it better than me. But the fact is that it is much wider, much deeper. It has a range, it's different, and ethics is and part of integrity. It is not only money honesty. Incidentally, I will share one this thing about the honesty, money honesty. Reader Digest conducted a survey in 2013. Reader Digest, and they published the result of that in 2013. Reader Digest. They said 16 reporters, 12 reporters to 16 cities with ballots containing money and the name of the person who owns it and the address and name, etc. With various amount of money in 16 different important towns, cities of the world. Okay, to find out that how many honors are returned, how many people. You see, honesty is when you do what you write when nobody is watching. Crossing a red light when there is no call, I think that is not honesty. So the result was surprisingly Helsinki was the first place out of 12, they returned 10 ballots. Bombay surprisingly was the second, they returned 9. And it had nothing to do with rich, poor, age, gender, anything. They were all kinds of people. So it is as personal as you, and if you feel that this is not right, I will not do. And yes, some African. I don't remember. You see, you now me remember the first man. You talk about Neil Armstrong who said first put on the moon. So the point is that ethics is when you violate, there's a law, you violate somebody's privacy or independence, something, and you are punished. Ethics is, or integrity is, when you don't even think about doing that. That is what is more important, and that comes with character. So I feel humility. Is it surprising that most of the primarily great people who have achieved primary greatness, those kind of people, they are all so humble. Think of anyone, whether it is J.R.D. Tata. If I have permission, I want to share something about J.R.D. Tata. And
Colonel, you're a Fauji. Certain names can be taken without any problem. Bureaucrats are more experienced. You named a politician about 10 minutes ago. I would never have named any politician. Say what you want.
see, the anecdote is such that each part of the sector was having from somewhere. And the next seat in the aircraft was sitting another gentleman who was reading a book. Now, Dilip Kumar, a famous actor, he expected that the other person will recognize him and say hello to him and then say something to him. And that but it was very humiliating and insulting for a man who thought that he was. So after some time, Dilip Kumar asked that gentleman. He said, "Who are you and where are you going?" And he said, "I work in a company." And now Dilip Kumar wanted him to ask him that who are you, so that he can disclose that he is Dilip Kumar. And that then he himself introduced. I said, "I am Dilip Kumar, I am actor." He said, "Okay." Now when we when the train landed at the destination, there some people had come to see that man who was reading the book towards the journey. And Dilip Kumar out of introduced the anxiety, he wanted to know who this guy and who not bother talking at all. And he asked somebody who's he, they said he J.R.D. Tata. And J.R.D. Tata said they work in a company. That was for all. So personal flattery is vulgar. You just say something good about yourself is bad. So humility is the other. These are the four qualities that I think make it. And fearless self-confidence make it. Uh, See, this is one quality which makes our mark a person. I do not mean the misplaced confidence or overconfidence. Confidence comes within because of your knowledge and skill and your, other qualities of hidden art, your compassion, your empathy, your social skills, people skills, all those skills which make you that is the kind of confidence, and confidence does not mean that don't let other or other try to press on other intimidate others. No, confidence only means that whenever there is a challenge thrown at you from life, life is the only institution where you are tested first and then you learn and you are trained. Otherwise, in other institutions, we are trained and then we are tested. So when a challenge is thrown at you, that is the time if you are able to handle that, the kind of emotional agility which you display at that time, in difficult times. And there are people, great people, Hatcher was one of those who used to say famously that I am like that they 50, which give the color only in very hard boiled water. When you are under stress, strain, and under pressure, some people come up with their best.
Wonderful thoughts, absolutely true. And one of the stories I have for you, a little one, is about that honesty part. You said money honesty, and by the way, that's a categorization. I'm going to ask you also to tell us what other kinds of honesty are money honesty, funny honesty, whatever. There was this person who crossed the red light, and the policeman was standing behind the tree. Actually, Mr. R.I. Singh, former Chief Secretary Punjab, related this story in one of the sessions. He said the policeman comes out from behind the tree and says, "Roko, roko." He stops. He said, "Red light nahi dekhi." He says, "Sir, red light to dekhi, usi nahi dekhi." The point being that we are honest when nobody's watching. Are we honest when nobody's watching? That's the real thing. So money honesty, other honesties we can talk about. Also talk about the fact that I mean we don't have much time. So maybe one composite message that you have for the youth, and then perhaps we can have a Q&A. Yeah.
Before that, I take this permission to say something more with honesty. I think the professional dishonesty is the worst kind of dishonesty. Financial dishonesty is all right. If somebody decides today, with the permission from man sitting here, if the politician, the businessman, and the bureaucrat decide that we want to eliminate corruption from India, 90%, because 10%, we are Indians, it will never go away. But 90% of the corruption can be eliminated in a year. However, do they want it to do? No, it is the opposite for many of them. So they will like if they include professional dishonesty. I have served with the Punjab government for some time. I have worked with some senior IS officers and in education and different. I have realized that in government departments, particularly, professional dishonesty is a way of life. I am sorry, nobody should feel bad about it. This is my own experience, and I am sharing it with you. That 2 years before somebody is retiring, he stops working and start waiting for the calculating the pension and stuff. And what do the seniors say? Oh, बेचारे ने मकान नहीं बनाया, और the कुड़ी की शादी क्यों हुई? As if that is the responsibility of the organization that is working. Professional dishonesty is one of the worst things. Like a cancer. It is. I hope we as Indians grow out of it, come out of it, and we are able to. Now, sir, what you asked me was about the advice. Self-confidence. I always tell them that tattoo these 8 words on your arm. I am better than I think I am. I am better than I think I am. Love yourself no matter what. When you travel the aircraft, they will tell you that when the pressure goes down, the mask will fall down, this and that. And before, if there are any ladies and any elderly and children sitting next to you, before helping them, fix your mask first. Fix your mask first. Most of the young people, that is why they are burning out in 40. I mean, they are burning out most of them in 40 because if you are no good, if you burn out, how good, what can you do for others? for whom you are, working hard or doing whatever you do. So my basic thing is that remember foundation of real sustaining lasting success is values, beliefs, what kind of things you believe in. Those values are the most important thing. But if that is the foundation of your success, it will stay, it will linger, it will carry on with you. Otherwise, it may be a short term. I mean, you can become anything you feel like. With concerted effort, people go to any level. But whether they deserve or not, that is a different matter. There is a management subject on this, which is not talk about. But fact is that one can reach anything and one can achieve anything. But that may not be lasting or that may not be. So my humble suggestion to the youth and the other people who will read this book, I hope I am reminded of something. A farmer's wonder once asked me a question. One of the books were being released in the Rajbhavan, and after the book was released, he was sitting like this, and he asked me, he said, Kalsa, in this part of the country, he was not from this part of the country. He said, in this part of the country, nobody reads books, and that too in English. So who reads your book? So I submitted to him, I said, sir, I'm not a politician. The influencers in India, three types: politicians, bureaucrats, and businessmen.
And Instagram.
Instagram. Instagram, make the talk about social media. There's a new disease which has come up. The parents have read about that disease. You know what is that? That is digital dementia. Digital dementia has become a very major concern, mental issue for many parents. So I said, sir, I am none of these three categories. So my way of influencing, and let me tell you, I have authored so many books, and none of them is self-published, and I get royalty also. That means they must be selling at 2-3 hour books and third edition also. He was so happy. And next day, of course, it was reported to me. The point I am making is that the youth must understand that they must take full responsibility of their life. You can't be running life as default. It has to be run by design. What is that design? First thing is you imagine you have some kind of blueprint, and then architect look at the building. Architect consider things of a building, how the building would be. Will it be a duplex? Will it be so? Then it comes on the drawing board, blueprint comes, and then actual construction. Everything, to my mind, happens twice. Once it happens here, and then it happens physically. Now the youth must understand that if they think of the right, they take on their full responsibility that I am going to own my own life. I am going to run my life the way I want. And there is one small anecdote before I and you see, once I was taking in one government organization, after the session, there was a retired IS officer. He happened to be sitting with me, and he also used to come for sessions. And he told me, he said, Kansar, you talk about this and that and these kind of things. I have never been happy during my service. I said, sir, it took you 35 years to decide that you are not happy. Why did you leave it in second year? You see, each one of us gets about 50 years of professional life, or working time, 50 years. I mean, with the age, I have that 50 years of this thing. So 50 years of working life, most of us get. 1 year here and there, right at the beginning, it is better to get rid of that if you are either love what you do or do what you love. And the final advice is, if you will not be forgotten, the moment you are dead and gone, this is management technique. If you will not be forgotten, the moment you are dead and gone, either write things you are reading or do things you are writing. I have to do something worth reading so that people have whatever difference and even if one person I am able to play, I think I have achieved that. So that is nice.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I have time for one question from the audience before we go to the next part of the program. So, the fastest finger first or the fastest hand first? Yes. One question. Yes, ma'am. What's your name, ma'am? दैनिक जागरण की जरूरत नहीं है आपको as an individual आप क्वेश्चन बताइए
देखिए मोटिवेशन सबसे बढ़िया मोटिवेशन तो जो है ना अपने आप को मोटिवेट करना आपने मोटिवेट करना मैं कहा करता हूँ कि if you get up early in the morning and spend 10 minutes with yourself and with the creator every day if you spend 10 minutes and ask yourself the question who am I the most difficult question and the simplest question at the same time who am I if you are happy with the way you are living life with chances are 99.99% nobody would be happy with the way he has been living life there are problems so you decide your wheel of life. There are three, four things which are important. One is your personal health. When you are unhealthy, 103, 104 temperature, don't you feel like a कोई 50 साल दे दे मुझे जल्दी जल्दी ठीक कर दे. Money doesn't matter then. Okay. Now your health is the most important. Then of course your financial. You have to make money. Why you maybe also want you to make a life. You want to make a life. But making money is very important. Nothing happens without money. Okay. Then your relationship, private relationship and intimate relationship and social. Everyone likes to be treated decently by others. Everyone wants that others should think good of you. Hey, he or she is a good person. You know that kind of thing, and that comes from within. So communication within, communication is of course up to private external, and I am talking about internal communication, which is more important. So every day, early in the morning, 10 minutes, you and the creator sit down quietly, which is the most difficult thing to do. Nobody can do sit for 10 minutes and people like me and who have mastered the art of balance and composer and things like that. But most it is very difficult to sit for 10 minutes without doing anything. Now, if you can do that, call it meditation, call it any religious this thing. But that is what is multi-created. Win over yourself. And if you can do that, great bird is under your feet. You can achieve anything.
before I hand it over to Neha I think that's a wonderfully well said part of your talk I think Karanjina's thoughts emanate from the deepest corners of his heart and that's what is so convincing and so genuine. That's why it is said that what comes from the heart goes to the heart. And it's really coming from the heart. I think this book also. And thank you very much for that. Yeah.
Before we leave, let me say that it is a great honor for me to be talking with, conversing with my mentor, Mr. Vivek Katre. Though there is a generation gap. I know his age and he knows my age. But the fact is that Sir Isaac Newton used to say, whatever I have seen further, I have seen it by standing on the shoulders of giants. Now, he is a giant for me. I've learned so much in the last 20 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vivek sir. Thank you, Srinath sir. So we all remember the various skills, honesty, integrity, discipline, I think you mentioned courage along with values. Thank you all for guiding us. Srinath sir has also mentioned that life is a sum total of both the pleasant as well as some not so pleasant experiences. This is in his book. However, to get the best, it is your responsibility to get the best out of life. You can change yourself and change the world too. With that note, I would like to invite the publisher of the book, Mr. Weber Mentiretti, to say a few words, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think I'm audible without this one. So I didn't know my turn will come so early. I hadn't prepared it. I was just thinking what to say. So I think to start off with, I'm the proud publisher of the book. We are Abhishek Publications. We are based out of Chandigarh and New Delhi. So I think it's been 13 years that I've been into the market, and I've known Sir since the time I've joined my task. In the last 13 years, it's always amazed me the kind of positivity and energy Sir brings to the day every time. And honestly, I would like to say this very clearly in front of Sir that at his age, like at 50% as dynamic as he is, I'll consider myself to be done. Now, coming to the book, I honestly feel that, Sir has started off with an author's note, which clearly states that, we are living in a very exciting time. Exciting times going through the wonders of technology that we have right now. So I think this part is actually the most important part that attaches the book to the latest happenings in the life of the youth, because everything today is on a tap of a finger. But along with it, as it is very clearly, I think Sir mentioned it, that it comes with a lot of problems, like a lot of content, a lot of exposure over the internet comes with its own set of problems, like digital dementia and everything. So I think Sir has taken this very big responsibility on his shoulders to set things right for the youth. Not just to tell them that what is to be done, is actually clarified in his book that how it is to be done. So as much for the kids, it's equal for the young Indian parents also. Go through the book and try and understand how to help the kids achieve their goals in life. So I think with that is all I had to share with you guys, and I'm very happy and proud to be a part of the journey of this book.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Mr. Mehta. All those who want to get your book published, please catch up with me. The best man. Now I would like to invite Mr. Farida to come and say the words. So, good afternoon, friends. Congratulations, Chima sir. I would like to tell my friends here that I've been connected with this book, I Shall, I Will, for a long time now. And we spoke about it on the Asian Literary Society on National Youth Day, and also for Chandigarh Literary Society. And I would like to tell all of you that this book is already very much in demand. All my friends want to read it, they want to buy it for their young children. And but first of all, I would like to speak about Colonel Chima himself. Colonel Chima, as we all know him, is a management wizard. He has served the Indian Army for a distinguished 32 years, and he has a postgraduate in engineering and management, and he was a principal of the Dayanand College of Communication and Management, and he's written 15 books. And his 16th book is very important for the reason that it teaches us the most important skill of how to manage our lives. I think that's the most important skill. So let's begin with I shall and I will with. I can and I shall with. So this book is actually teaches us how to live a good life. It encourages the youth to explore their creativity, to create their own life. It asks them to create a life with their speech, their action, and their thought processes. And I think it's amazing, Chima sir, that the suggestions that you have given to the youth regarding how they can create their own life. And here I come to the story of Aladdin and his genie. Aladdin and his genie, we
we think is a fable, a story which doesn't fit into our lives. But Rhonda Byrne in her sequel says that actually all of us can be Aladdin, and the universe is our genie, and we only have to express our wish to the universe, and the universe will manifest it for us. And this is what Chima Sir has also tried to say in his book, I Can and I Shall Win. And so life is a canvas, and make sure that you paint many colorful days into it. Because if you want to stop and smell the roses and they aren't there, then paint them, sew them, bring them up, do anything, but create your own happiness. And since I'm an artist, I would like to take up this subject of creativity that Chima sir examines in his book. He says that creativity takes courage. So, and the butterfly is the example of the fact that we can transform our lives if we wish it. And in his book, page 44 speaks about 31 speaks about creativity and innovation. So he says, Shimasura, I like that skill of yours very much, that skill that you mentioned. That's a creative skill. It says that any one of us can become creative. And if you have a problem, then think of a solution, think of it, and that will bring out the creativity in you. And once you have solved that problem, you are a creative person. And that is, I think, the way we asks us to tackle our problems by looking at them creatively, by becoming creative people ourselves. So now, why is winning so important? All of us want to win. Why? Because it makes us feel good. Is that the reason? So I think we like to win at games and sports and many other things because winning has an evolutionary aspect to it. So Charles Darwin, in his theory of natural selection, says that when an organism survives, when an organism adapts well to its environment and adapts, it has reasons to survive and produce more organisms. So basically, it is Charles Darwin's theory at work, the survival of the fittest. So we all want to prove to ourselves that we are actually the fittest. Because in this world of ours, only the fittest survive. So that is, I think, the reason that all of us want to win. It's a natural instinct of survival. And then I read this anecdote somewhere where a man was sitting at a football match, and the two sides that were playing. The one that was losing had one of the captain was sitting next to this gentleman, and the game was going 3-2-0, and still the captain was smiling. So the guy who was watching the football match, he asked him, "You look really happy." So the captain says, "Yes, the game is not yet over. The final whistle has not yet been blown." So now the gentleman waited. He thought maybe there is some sense in it, and actually the team that had been losing actually won. And so that proves to us that life is also a game, and never give up because until life is there, there is scope for winning. And till the last moment, you never know whether you're losing or winning. So, friends, don't blow your whistle yourself. Wait for life to unfold. Keep on fighting till the last moment. And here we come to Colonel Chima's principle of perception. Perception is the real problem. It is not the things around us that matter, but it is our perception. When we change the things, the way we look at things, the things around us change. So this is another skill that I appreciated, Chima sir. And then we come to another principle that he talks about, Chima sir. He says that what is worship? In this materialistic world of ours, I think work is a real worship. And that will be best demonstrated by David and Goliath, the famous fable of David and Goliath. So Goliath was this huge Philistine behemoth who had everybody scared, and he was challenging the Israelites to come and fight him in a single combat. And the Israelites, they were really so scared. They didn't dare to go up and fight with him. But there was this young boy, David, he was a shepherd boy, and he was willing to take up the challenge. So David went ahead with a sling, and he picked up a polished stone from the riverbed and he struck it at Goliath. And David's aim was true, for Goliath fell down dead, and the Philistines just fled, and the Israelites cheered, and David won. So, what does this lesson teach us? This lesson teaches us that size doesn't matter. It is our heart, it is our courage, and it is our commitment that matters. And one can apply this principle to every aspect of one's life. Like, be bigger than your obstacle, be greater than your challenge, and believe with him into it. So now what gave David this confidence that he could take on the giant? So David was one who had never shared anything in his life. He had taken on all the challenges that came his way. He had killed lions and bears with the sling of his, and he had done his work well. He was a good shepherd boy. He was a kid of a shepherd boy. And that illustrates Chima sir's point that work is worship, and work makes one great and gives one immense happiness. So treat your work as worship. This I think he mentions in page 66. So Chima sir, these were the main success mantras that I really liked in your book. So friends, this book it tells us that it talks about life and life situations and life itself in a very close way. It looks at life and challenges in a very close way, and it tells us to look at our lives and find out that what is it that we want. And it tells us that whatever it is that you want, you can achieve it. And but it is only you yourself who can achieve it. So go for it. Change your life and change the world. Thank you, Shiva sir.
So much. Thank you very much. Absolutely. We talked about innovation. We have master of innovation, master innovator, Mr. Siva Boyle sitting here. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiva sir, and thank you, Tina. Now we'd like to invite Dr. Sumita Mishra. Please come and encourage all of us.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, friends. Congratulations, Karan Chima. This book truly is, I think, a very pragmatic guide to living a better life, living a more successful life, living a more creative and sorted life. Karan Chima, I have gotten to know only recently, and he has been a very, very valuable addition to our Chandigarh Literary Society. And he's a person who truly brings all his his sincerity and his life experience to the table, and the two together make for whenever you meet him you will get infected by his positivity and his enthusiasm, and I think retaining that youthful enthusiasm is a great quality, and it's something that perhaps all of us can imbibe, because that makes the difference between being humdrum and routine and mundane and being, inspired and enthusiastic and passionate about whatever you're doing. So congratulations once again, Karan Shiva. It's wonderful to be here for another reason as well, because I've just returned from the Government of India, where I was for the last 3 years. So this is really like Ghar Vapsi, in a good context. And it's always wonderful being with the familiar faces in Chandigarh and sort of getting back into some of the things that I learned apart from work, because I think Chandigarh permits that one can do work and then have interactions like this, which sort of add to your inner life, I would say. Coming back to Colonel Chima's book, I was flipping through it, and he has rightly said that it meets the gap between knowing and doing. We all know what we should be doing, but how to get to doing it. So, when we were in college, उस time attendance वगैरह का चक्कर नहीं होता था. So mostly one was outside of class. And then there was a thing when you had missed most of the lectures that you were asking कि भाई वो इसकी कुंजी क्या है, वो की होती थी. There were some set questions that would come and then you would go and put your इसकी shady author की वो कुंजी to do the questions. So this is like a kunji. I'm not saying that you're poor students if you and when you need this kunji, but I think to live better, this kunji is the key. And I think especially for parents nowadays, it could prove to be a very valuable tool to get children away from a digital interface to real life interface. That is the challenge I think a whole generation of parents and children are facing now. And Colonel Chima has talked about some very old-fashioned values, which I was very happy to read and hear. Talk of discipline and integrity and courage, humility, and these are words I think we don't hear enough of in today's discourse. And everyone, all children are now told, or just follow your passion. I don't think that makes any sense because what does that mean? To be successful or happy at anything, you have to break down these cliches into practical things. If you want to follow your passion, then first you need a vision. What is your passion? What is your dream? I mean, have the courage to dream big, but then break it down, plan, work towards that plan. And the second part of that passion, of realizing your passion, is action. What are you actually going to do? Being good at anything, being successful in anything, means a lot of hard work. Just lying in bed and playing on your phone or being a social media warrior, which we have more than I think any other country in the world, perhaps, is not going to make you successful or happy. It's old-fashioned hard work. It's slog. I mean, I was sitting here and I was remembering these lines which at least my generation had read in school. This is this poem by Longfellow that the heights by great men reached and kept were not achieved by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards in the night. So if you're not prepared to do the hard work, then nothing is going to fall into your lap. And I think that's a lesson we need to tell our children more. We need to tell youth more because it's easy to dream big dreams, to talk big. Everybody has picked up the right jargon. Without investing the hours of work, they see their generation of parents and they see people doing well. But I'm sure the Sundar Pichais and Satya Nadella were not idling away hours on the internet and not slogging when they were young. So, I mean, this may sound bit harsh, but that is not the intention. The intention is that we as parents also have a responsibility to invest more real time with the younger generation. And because it might be easier for us also to have children distracted with these things, and we don't have to do that much then. It makes everyone all around lazier. But at the end of the day, you get out what you put in, whether it's life, whether it's work, whether it's your children, whether it's your friends, relationships. That principle applies everywhere. So hard work is and I'm sure Karan Seema has also always as I said taught the message of these old-fashioned things that we need to remember more. And the other thing I would like to add is along with the part of action here. Passion means vision plus action equal to success kind of thing. Is comfort zone. You have to keep pushing your comfort zone. You have to step out of your comfort zone because if you're going to stay in that, you're just going to be, you might be very successful, You might have the voting in the right sector car and foreign holidays and everything. You're never going to be doing new things or reaching your potential. It's only when you challenge yourself that you grow. It's only when you do something that you're not comfortable or familiar with that you find new skills, new resources to meet those new challenges. So that's another thing I truly believe in. Try and follow it too. Although you might think that as a bureaucrat, there is not much I can do. But for we move constantly to new departments, it's always a challenge. And there, the challenge is to do things better, in newer ways, in innovative ways that help people, that help delivery of services or goods, or do innovation in systems that make them simpler and less challenging for the common man, for example. So with these words, I once again congratulate Colonel Chima. I'm sure the book is going to be a big success. It's written in a very engaging, readable style. It's not preachy, which such books can often become. And once again, I thank Colonel Chima for inviting me. It's been wonderful listening to his thoughts, wonderful being with all of you today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Very well said. Stepping out of comfort zone will put forward a lot of challenges, and we all need to overcome that. We all agree with that? Shima. Colonel D. Shima wants to say a few words. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is only to express my gratitude to Sunita ma'am, Nitin ma'am, Devki, and all the friends who taken their time out of very busy schedule and come here. I'm extremely grateful to you all. For such gatherings, only good people in the world come, or only good people come. For other kinds of gatherings, everybody will come. But that is only good people have come here. And the final message which I want to share with everyone is that the self-investment gets you the best interest. So we all say things are getting interest and compounding the value of that. I think the best investment to get the highest interest is in yourself. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Very kind of you to have done it. Kindly the hands for a cup of tea to respect after this. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, all I have to say is a half-read book is like a half-finished love affair. I can see the smile, see? इसलिए हमने अभी बुक का बहुत थोड़ा बहुत सुना है. In order to understand it completely, the books are lying on the counter towards your right. Please go grab a copy. And there's some refreshment mingle around. Also, a small information. Chandigarh Literary Society is open for membership in case you wish to join. You can catch hold of the red polo t-shirt, gentleman at the back, and with that head, or drop in a message on Facebook. With that note, have a good afternoon and thank you very much.